This is the Iron Trader. It is hump day, which means it is crude day. Now, the API numbers came out last night. They were kind of mixed. So we got to see if everything's going to confirm here. Now, the EIA report will be out today at 10:30 for crude. And then for natural gas will be out Thursday at 10:30. And then your rig count will be on Friday. This video is for information purposes only. Not a recommendation to buy, sell any stock, or not the ETF. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, here we have crude oil, your daily and your weekly chart. All right, let's take a look here on the daily. Okay, what do we have here? Well, you had a bottoming tail here, but you also had, this was also like an indecision candle. But once this made a higher high, that took the indecision right out of it. Now, we're gradually moving up here, which is very good. Now you're above this key 50 SMA here, 73.37. And now we're headed right towards this 74.20 on your 21-day. See, this is why you trade the charts, to see how you can go right between. You know exactly where you're going to the next level, because that's basically all you're trading, is just level to level. Now, what I don't like is this 8 SMA. See how that's rolling over? That's going to put some big-time pressure on the price. Another thing I don't like, you got a big red candle here, and you got a possible bear flag situation. See this? See that? Okay, so that's what we have to be careful of today. So let's just look at the upside first. So what we're looking at here is this 21 SMA here. You're looking at 74.20. Right above it, we have that 74.64, which is your 8 SMA here. Now, this is also very, very key level. This is that 73.69. You're just above it, but again, for the week is what we need to close back above that. But you can see how nicely it's holding that key 200 SMA here. Now, again, if you can get above this 8 SMA here, then what we do is we just start following these candles on up. So what do we have here is you have 75.16. We take the bottom of the candle. And then we have here 75.52. We have 75.85. And then we come up to this bottom of this candle, 76.06. And then we come to the top of this candle. You got 76.95, and then we'll come over to the 50 estimate, 77.30, and then 77.43. Right above it is you got your 78.71, and then we have your retest there of 79.29. Now, again, this is going to be very, very crucial, because if you can get above that, you have that 21-day here on your weekly, 78.18, then you can see where that price went right in there and stopped it dead, okay? But today here, this is what we have to watch out for here, is this possible bear flag situation. We take her down a little bit. See that? See, that's possible bear flag situation. See how we had it here? Okay. See how we had it here? And then to price just come there. This is a classic one right here, though. When we look at it, see, that's classic, where you have the red candle, and then 1, 2, 3, and then we have that other big red candle, which is lower than what that previous candle is, and then boom, right off the map here. Okay, so that's what we have to worry about today here on this on the old crude ski. So on the downside, what we want to do is we want to watch this 50 SMA. You're looking at 73.37. Now again, if that is lost, then what we want to do is we always want to look at the previous candle's high, low, and close. So we look at the low on this, and you're looking at 72.38, and then we have 71.79, and then we have on this candle, you got that 71.41. That's going to be very, very crucial here on your support level, but we got to see how that's all going to basically shake out, because you had some really nice support. Now again, if that is lost, we can come over to this candle. You're looking at that 74.47 to 70 50 level right here. This is a really good that double bottom. That was very, very good. Again, if that's lost, then we can work your way over to 70.13, 70.06, that level. And then if that's lost, we come over to this candle at 69.28. And obviously your big retest is 67.67. But if you look at this price channel, see, I like about this price channel is, see how it is when it gets bearish. See how that price channel just kind of steps down. But now what is it doing? See, it's starting to step up again here. Okay, so that's what we have to always watch. That's why I like using price channels, because if this can come up to this level, your next level, which is that 70.47, which is basically right there. See that, how that comes right across? Okay, so that would be your next level if that flattens off, and maybe to the bottom of this candle here if it keeps working itself up. But we got to be very, very careful of that bear flag possible again. Not saying it's a true bear flag, because again, if it goes like what we had here, where you rallied up, and then it just shot right on off, that negates that pattern. But it's just something that you want to keep your eye on. So here on your RSI, well, you're looking at a 49. You're okay here. This is still bearish. Your green is below the red, shows your momentum is still on down, but it looks like it wants to try to flatten out and maybe curl right back up here. We've got to see how that shakes out. This here is flattened right out, which is pretty good, because that way you can take it right on up here for the momentum here on your weekly chart. Now, obviously here, this 200-day is looking really good. You're looking at 72.07. That is very, very key support, but you can see how nicely it holds it. Now, what I do like about it is this 8 SMA here. It's not only just flatten out, but it looks like it wants to rise right on up here with the 200-day, because you can see the progressive rise of the 200-day, and now hopefully with the 8 SMA, and then you can get that popping right on up. So out of that nice wedge formation that we had here, you had a green candle, but then you had this red engulfing, but you notice that it did hold that key 200 SMA. Even though it smashed right into the 21, it still held that key 200 SMA here. So what we need to watch here on a weekly basis is this 8 SMA. 73.69. That's going to be very, very important here on a closing basis. Now, again, if you can, then we just follow the candles. Basically, you got 74.63. Right here, you have 75.25. We have 76.18, and then we have your big 50 SMA, 77.80. Now your 21-day is rolling over, but 78.18 would be next over that 50-day. But we got to see how this is all going to shake out, because she just wants to. Looks like she just wants to come down, which might hold the price, sideways action here. So again, just quick review here for today. What we want to watch is, first of all, you want to watch that EIA report at 10:30. That might give us a way we're going to juice this thing either up or down. We got to see how it all, because it was kind of mixed yesterday, so we got to see how it shakes out. So basically, on the downside, just watch this key 73.37. That's going to be very, very key. If that's lost, we follow the candles down. You have 72.38. You have 71.79, and then we have a nice retest down here of that 71.41. That's what we look on the downside. On the upside, you need to watch that 74.20. That's going to be very, very crucial. The 21-day, and then what we have is this 8 SMA here at 74.64. But always keep your eye on this 69 here on that 8 SMA here. So you have a lot of resistance in this area, and that 8-day is moving up. Again, if you can get above all of that, then I say we just follow the candles going on up here, where you have that 75.16, and then 75.52, 75.85, your 76.06, and then we have your 76.41, and then we look at that 50-day at 77.30, and then 77.43. So there is a lot of resistance. These are your minor resistance, would be your candlesticks, but your big time resistance could be that 21, that 8, that 50-day, and then smash right into that 200 SMA. Okay, so you can see that usually the first time when it goes on up, it just doesn't really make it. It's like, like when you're a kid, you try to tip over a Coke machine. You got to rock that bad boy, a couple times before you get it over. It's not going to go over once, and that's pretty much how these SMAs act here. Okay, so but then again, I just want you to keep your eye here on this possible, just possible bear flag situation like we had here, because if we get a big red candle, that could come smash it all the way down here very, very easily and retest this, and even possibly your 70.47. Okay, let's take a look and see what the old natural gas is doing here. All right, here we have natural gas, your hourly and your 4-hour chart. Now, if you look at natural gas, a couple things here on this. Number one, you're still in that shoulder season right now. The weather here is very, very warm. Where I am now, it's going to get probably in the 50s here this week. That's very unusual. The ski resorts, thank God they can make their own snow, so that they're still hanging intact, but really not much here for outdoor activities and stuff like that for as far as snow. But here's what we have. And that's the first thing. But second thing is, ever since they halted that LNG, there's 13 pipelines that they're putting a hold on, and that really really took the air right out of the old natty gas here, big time. Now again, don't get too distraught with it here if you're long, if you held long or something like on that order, because simple reason is now if we have a real hot summer, because we had this El Nino, so if you have a real hot summer, that is where your most natural gas is going to be used here to do the power plants, so everybody can run their air conditioners and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so, always keep that in mind here. It's always a two-way trade. Nothing is just one way. So right now here, you can see this is just absolute sloppy trade. And it came set in even a lower low here now at 1.99, which is really not good here, okay, for like on the long side. So that's what you got to watch here. So when you look at even like on a 4-hour chart here, you can look at your price channels. Now you got your bottom price channel sitting at 1.99, and your top came down here to 1.12. So they dropped down. So your channel is getting extremely, extremely tight. What I don't like about it is see how your 100 SMA, see your 50-day, see everything is just on an absolute downslide, no matter what chart that you look here. So you got big time sideways. So after that contract roll, you had this high here of 2.16. It tried to work it, but it just absolutely on its way, like on a down area. So we're going to look at a daily, a weekly, and a monthly chart, and I'll show you where the possibilities where this actually could go. All right, here we have your natty gas, your daily, weekly, and your monthly. So you can see where this fell right off the old map, and look at this 8 SMA. See, I always point out that 8 SMA because that's an absolute killer. Now, see, as this is falling down, and even like a couple days ago, you're up at like 2.22. But as it's falling down, you can see what's happening with this price. Okay, so until that price gets back above it, this is just going to be shooting lower here, big time. I just don't see anything. But then again, what I do is I just look for scalps here. Okay, so UNG, BOIL, these are good scalpers on the long side. KOLD, I scalped that for 4 points yesterday. That's on the downside. So always keep in mind here that it's a two-way trade here until you can basically get above this 8 SMA here. Okay, that'll be the turning point. So if you can, you really want to watch this breakout. This is at 2.16. There's your gap. Okay, your fill is all the way up here at the 2.42. But what you want to do is you always look to the left of the chart. So if you can break above that, we'll look to the bottom of this candle at 2.23, and then we have 2.27, 2.29, and then we'll come over to these candles here. Okay, so you'll be looking at 2.31, 2.32 a level, and then we have all the way up here, which you have your 2.42. But again, there is in this area, you have your 2.38 and 2.40 before you hit that. So there is resistance on the way up. The key is going to be this 8 SMA here. When that comes pushing down, you can see it just takes the price right on down. So let's look at the downside here. So when we look at here, like I've been on a weekly chart, I was always pointing out this candles. Now the low here on natural gas got all the way down to 1.99. So you just look to the left of the chart and you say, well, why did it go 199? Just look at the bottom of the candle. What do you got? 1.99. Okay, the next level here is going to be 1.94. Okay, so that will be the next level if this keeps shooting all the way on down. So when you look at your RSI, well, this divergence really never did play out here because you had that contract roll, so it wasn't really a true reading. Your MACD, you can see that just no momentum. This is going right off the cliff here. This is the green below the red. That's not good. This same way here on your monthly chart, it's just looking pretty ugly here. So if this keeps selling off, your next target is going to be 1.94. That's going to be the target. Okay, so when you put that at the price channel, you can see there's that 1.94. Okay, sitting right there. Now again, if that is lost, then we just look to the left of the chart here. So you can see, and when I do after pit close, as I always post the support and resistance levels here. Later today I will for you. So these will all be up there for you. Or you can look at yesterday's video. They're all posted for you exactly where it's going to go if there's 1.94. But I'll just show you this real quick here. You want to look at this candle. You're looking at 1.795 here. And then we'll come down to this. You're looking at 1.60 here. And then we have 1.59. And then we have 1.52. and then your big retest here is 1.44. So anytime you're looking like for support levels, just look to the left of the chart, because usually where something has been is something where it's going to be going again, okay? Whether it's downside or upside. But when you look at these charts here, look at this. See, this is everything is just rolling right on over. Everything is right on the downside. There's just no momentum here right now for the old natty gas here, unless something turns, some kind of a catalyst is what you need to get this bad boy rolling. But again, for a guy like me, I'm a trader. I don't really care which way it goes. If it goes up or down, that's meaningless to a guy like me, okay? And it should be to you too if you're a trader. Now, again, if you're buy and hold, then what you want to do is say, hey, I want to wait till it's go up. Well, wait. Okay, always be patient. Wait until you can get above that 8 SMA here. Then you say, okay, then I can take a trip on the upside here. But right now, there's just nothing there. So never say, I'm just going to buy into it to buy into it. Wait, let it give you a lower low or a higher low or something that tells you that a red dog, something that tells you that the selling is done. Okay, so never just guess at the price again. So if it comes down in this area here and it holds that 1.94, then you can have a possible double bottom in play. Then you can take an opportunity, okay? But if that is lost here, you work your way down, and there's your target right there at 1.44. So natty gas, that would be right in the old toilet. All right, I'll have more for you on crude and natural gas. It'll be later today, probably around the 5 o'clock area. And thanks for watching.